Christmas brought so much joy. Couldn't wait for the presents and laughter. I couldn't sleep late at night, looking for Santa with lights. Those are the memories I still remember. Then I became a man, lost sight of who I am, but right in front of me was the answer. 'Cause on Christmas I feel joy, and I turn back to a boy. The answer is to stay young forever. This is not a Christmas, this is not a Christmas song, this is not a Christmas, this is not a Christmas song, this is not a Christmas, this is not a Christmas song, this is not a Christmas, this is not a Christmas song.
Hello, Star Wars fans. You know, there's just 27 days until Christmas 2025. What are you waiting for? Have you been Christmas shopping yet? You better get out there. Time is running out quickly. I know my wife just got back from shopping today with my son-in-law who was out. So, hey, it's Christmas season. And as we transition from what are you thankful for to what do you want, I thought we would spend today talking about what are you thankful for. We'll get to what do you want later. As we get closer to the new year, we'll talk about what do we want for 2026. But today's topic is what are you thankful for in Star Wars for 2025? You know, there's a lot to be thankful for. I think, and this is maybe not the most popular opinion out there, I think we have a ton of things to be thankful for as Star Wars fans in this decade, since 2020 even. It's been a wonderful, wonderful decade for Star Wars fans. There's been so much new content for us as fans. There's been times in the past where there's just so little. Today, we have tons of Star Wars stories. And we just had Visions Season 3 released most recently. And we have things coming up within the next few months to look forward in 2026. So this last year, we had a ton of content. I'd like to know, what are you thankful for? And I could tell you that I am thankful for you. I'm thankful you guys are here. I'm thankful we have this platform where we can talk about Star Wars. I'm thankful for the friends that we've made in this community and the discussions that we've had. It's a wonderful, wonderful place to hang out. It's great. Yes. And I see we've got the folks here in the chat. Let me say hi to everybody who's here. And I saw Fitz saying there's 27 days, plenty of time. The day before, that's when you do your shopping. Maybe so. Maybe so. Mike Yaney. Hello, sir. Thank you so much. Yes, if you're new to the channel, you don't know who I am. That's my name, Brian with a Y. That's how you spell it. Thank you, Mike. Hello there. I hope that you've had a wonderful holiday. The Savior 007. What's up? Oh, what's up? Good to see you. Thanks for being here. There's Fitz and Nick. Happy Thanksgiving to y'all across the pond. Yes, I know there are different places that have different traditions. My coworkers up in Canada, they celebrated Thanksgiving just about a week ago, and theirs comes a bit ahead of ours. And then, no, I think it was more than a week ago. Anyway, they've already celebrated their Thanksgiving. Ours happens the fourth Thursday of every November. So here we are, and yeah. And I know different countries have different holidays, different celebrations, but thank you so much for that, Nick. Anthony, howdy. Oh, it's good to see you here. He made it for a live stream. Anthony, good to see you live right here in person. Yes. Fearless. Hey, Santa. Happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving to you too, Fearless. Thank you for that. I'm thankful to be told Star Wars stories, no matter what year it is. That's true. Oh, there's always something to find. If it's just a fan film, fan fiction, there's plenty of Lucasfilm publishing initiatives. You can find comic books and novels. There's Star Wars content, even in the most slow times in getting live action Star Wars. There's been Star Wars animation, all kinds of good stuff out there. So yes, I'm thankful for that as well. Let's see what else do we have here. See if I've caught everybody yet. Yes, thank you. I'm thankful for uh, your friendship as well. It's very good. Even Darth Dobby. So Star Wars Fits at this video the other day. It's just Dobby lighting a lightsaber, and then he's confronted by Obi-Wan Kenobi and Qui-Gon Jinn, and he rightfully just turns off the lightsaber and runs away. No, I don't want to fight you guys. That's not what I wanted. No, see ya. And he's out. It's a funny video. Thanks for sending that Fitz. That was great. I really want to see the moment between Grogu and Chopper. If it's a Mando and Grogu or Ahsoka in season 2. Yeah, Chopper is a fan favorite, right? Droid. Chopper is lots of fun. Of course, voiced by Dave Filoni. And looking forward to seeing more Chopper. I've got a couple of things to talk about with some news coming out. And we'll get into more of the thankful stuff. And we're going to kind of wrap up the Cantina build. I've got this Lego piece here. Let me pick it up. I've got this Lego thing I want to put together with you guys, right? I got this, plus I've got the light kit for it. So we'll put this together. I think this would be great between Thanksgiving and Christmas. We'll put this together. We'll light it up, and that'll be fun. So that's the next project. Hey, good afternoon, elves. Head elf contrarian right here. Right, this guy. Good to see you. Yeah, but Grogu and Chopper, I think it would be fun to see them. We saw Grogu meet R2-D2. What happens when he meets Chopper? I'd be interested. Yeah. Yeah, I got the AT-AT light kit. Yes. Yeah. And the lighting arrived before Christmas. It did. Yeah, where was it? I saw something else. But anyway, I think here we go. we're in the home run. Looking forward to Christmas bonuses. Right. The Christmas bonus is you get 1 day off before we start working on next year. Yeah, that's the bonus. That's I can see Grogu irritating Chopper. Well, everything irritates Chopper, doesn't it? Chopper, that's his personality type. Yeah, it'd be great to see Grogu. And I think a lot of times we forget how long Grogu is going to live, right? And I was talking before the show today. I had a phone call, and we're talking about the future of this franchise. Again, we'll talk about the future at another date, but just as it relates to this, as Santa Claus, visiting with children, I've already met with several hundred children as Santa Claus this season already. And tomorrow I'm out full-fledged. We'll be in Oakland Nursery in Delaware, Ohio from noon to 4. If you are in Central Ohio and you would like to come by and visit Santa Claus, well, Oakland Nursery, they're in Delaware, Ohio. I'll be hanging out for a few hours. And but in any event, the kids that come up and visit, I've had a few ask me for Star Wars stuff. And when they ask for Star Wars stuff, I say, well, who's your favorite character? And they say, Baby Yoda. Oh, Grogu. Do you know there's a movie coming out? Yeah. So they're excited for this. And so I think when we see this movie come out and some of the promotional stuff we've already seen, you see the little cute poster with Grogu there and it says Baby Yoda and he uses the Force and the letters go out and reshift and they come back and it says Grogu. The kids still think of him as Baby Yoda. In fact, one mom this season, just last week, just over a week ago, asked me when I said Grogu. He goes, "Wait, is he really baby Yoda? Like Yoda is a baby?" And that's now after we've had several seasons of The Mandalorian. It's been explained. They don't know, right? Casual fans, they don't know. But here's the thing: some of them don't know. Grogu is really popular with the kiddos. They're wearing it on their stuff, right? Their backpacks, their shirts, their pants, their shoes, right? They've got Grogu everywhere. A very, very popular character for the next generations to come. Whether this movie is, the adult kind of, Star Wars for you or not, well, that's a whole nother thing. Oh, holy Toledo. Wait a second. Oh, I gotta let this one sink in. Khonshu, my friend. You've touched me. I do this channel for fun, and we like hanging out here together. And I had dreams of making a living this way. The support that our channel members and patrons give to this channel certainly helped me with what I provide to you. And this is just such a generous gift. Holy smokes. Yeah. Thank you. Wow. Thanks so much. Hey, Fitz, €5. Thank you for that as well, my friend. Yes, that will certainly help the channel a tremendous amount, Khonshu. Thank you. What was I saying? I can't even think now. Baby Grogu. We were kind of on this phone call. We were talking about, well, what's going to happen? What's going to happen next year with this movie? How much money do you think it's going to make? And we were just kind of chatting about it. And I think 600 million is maybe the floor. It'll certainly make more than that. At least I hope so. I can't imagine it completely bombing because there are so many children. And I think we'll see a lot of parents with children going to see this movie. And if you think about some of the movies now, like watch what's the movie out right now? It's version 2 where they're playing the credits. They're playing this. My brain is still Khonshu. Holy mackerel, my friend. Holy mackerel. Thank you. Zootopia 2. Zootopia 2 has a little trailer that's been kind of playing ahead of it. And why are they playing the Mando-Grogu trailer in an animated kids film? Think about that. Well, like this is the first time they're releasing the trailer in a theater. Did they release it for Jurassic Park, or are they releasing it for one of the grown-up movies? No, they released it for Zootopia 2. That's the first one. That's because they're children. So watch how Zootopia 2 does at the box office. And then think Star Wars. And you're not only going to get the kiddos who love Star Wars, who are asking for Star Wars toys for Christmas, Star Wars Lego for Christmas. You're going to get lots of people who are Star Wars fans. That's just Star Wars fans. I think 600 million is a safe bet, right? It'll be way above that. Who knows if it'll be 800 or a billion or anything like that? It's hard to say, but it'll make money. I'm certain of that. I'm certain that it'll make money between the merchandise sales, the stuff people buy at the parks, and the stuff people do outside of the theater. It'll certainly make money. Yeah. All right. So we want to get into what we're thankful for. Yeah. What is people have been waiting years for another Star Wars. That's true in the theaters. People have been waiting. And I think they've learned a lesson. Lucasfilm, as well as Marvel, have learned a lesson that too much can be too much, right? A lot of times you'll say, well, too much is never enough. Well, too much sometimes is just too much. And that's the case we have here. Is like Star Wars has typically been a special event. Now, we've had lots of other Star Wars animated. It was on, we talk about the Star Wars animated projects. A lot of those were on Disney XD. They weren't even on Disney Channel. They were on Disney XD. That we have this platform, Disney Plus, now that they release content to us in. Another thing to be grateful for. Right? We get fantastic Star Wars content given to us directly. What a wonderful thing! What an absolutely wonderful thing. I got a couple of stories to share today. There's a couple stories. I've seen Meg cover it. Meg's a dear friend. Oh, many of you know Jason Ward, right? From MakingStarWars.net. Jason Ward has kind of put his channel on hiatus. He's doing other stuff. And this is a good time to do this. Jason's a good friend of mine as well. Reached out to him and said, Happy Thanksgiving. Jason Ward is alive and well. He texted me back, Happy Thanksgiving. And we're friends. We're friends. I'm not bugging him. He's got a life. He's got things down there. I love to get some time to chat with him, have a discussion. But many of you haven't heard from Jason. You're wondering, how's Jason doing? Well, he's alive. he texted me back. So there's that. Whew. Okay. I've said before, we've been in school for years and waiting. We have. So I think this is why I say, since we've had Disney Plus Star Wars, this has been just a tremendous time for Star Wars fans. We don't have to wait indefinite period of time before the next Star Wars. We get Star Wars on a regular basis. And maybe you don't like all of it. You know what? I don't like all of it either. But there's so much that I love, and it's just great to have it. So I'm super, super thankful for that. Oh, by the way, I see this thing going above my head here. Wanted to tell you guys, these are our supporters. The channel supporters, the one that's moving faster up there, those are our YouTube supporters, and how long they've been supporting the channel. And I've got them broke out by group. So we got our snow troopers coming up here. You can see many have been with us for over 4 years. It's amazing, absolutely amazing. And then the slower crawl here are our patrons. Patreon is the absolute best way to support the channel, and we try to provide all kinds of content to make that beneficial to our members. So thank you for all that. Let's get into the first story. There's been a few of them, but I kind of talked about the Mandalorian and Grogu, and this is what I mean. This poster doesn't give you a lot of content, doesn't give you a lot of detail, but it gives you a very, very important thing for people who are Baby Yoda fans and their favorite Star Wars characters, that Baby Yoda. Who's that? Who is that? Right? Oh, look, there's Baby Yoda. What's that? Right? Ooh, I see something shiny over there. What is it? Oh, it's a movie. Movie? When? And then they're going to show up. That's all they need to know. This guy's going to be in the movie. Perfect advertising. Absolutely perfect. That's all they need. It's simple, direct. This is what's coming. But you can see it says international poster drop glimpses of new footage before Zootopia 2. This is kind of things that we've talked about. And I'm telling you, like, the reason they're doing that is because these are kids. And isn't that great news as well? That the future of this franchise, the future of Star Wars, is looking good. It's looking fantastic because these kids that are just excited to go see this movie, and they want to go see this movie with their parents, and they want to go. The parents are going to love seeing this movie with their kids, and this is going to be family memories that'll catch forever, right? Have to head for a meeting. Oh, a meeting. Oh, we'll have a great weekend, Fitz. Good to see you, my friend. This is great. They're going to grow up and they're going to be Star Wars fans. They're already Star Wars fans. Many of them will grow up and they'll host their own podcasts and YouTube channels, and they'll talk about what they grew up with loving Star Wars. Just like today, we have all these prequel kids that have grown up. Friends like my good friend Star Wars Meg, who's a tremendous prequel fan, who create Star Wars content because of their passion and love for Star Wars. And they have a little different perspective, insight, passion than I do. But it's good for the franchise. It's good that we have generational franchise like Star Wars that's now going on to another generation that will bring it to their kids one day. Isn't that great? Isn't that great? So we've got this coming up. They're playing this in front of the new movie. From what I understand, this trailer that's playing in front of Zootopia 2 is very much the same trailer we saw at Celebration. Now, most of us haven't seen it in person. We've seen it from somebody's cell phone recording, and it's over somebody's head, and you get background noise and all of that. But hopefully, this trailer, since it's leading Zootopia 2, like today, right now, you go to Zootopia 2, it should be playing as a trailer before that movie. Well, there you go. Hopefully, they'll be releasing it on all the social media channels, like in an official capacity today, maybe tomorrow, Monday. But we should be getting it very, very soon. So that's exciting. It's very, very exciting. And then there's been a ton of news come out about Shawn Levy. He's been doing different interviews and giving information. People will naturally ask about his Star Wars, and he's been giving some information. The one he came out with today, I saw Meg cover this, and yes, Meg is a musician. She is the daughter of a music producer. She is very much. She gives lessons. She's a talented musician, writer in her own, and she is super stoked about this. Right? You see Meg's video from today. Super stoked about this new composer that, well, he's not new, but has just been announced. It says here, Shawn Levy's, he's doing some interviews around Stranger Things 5. By the way, mentioning Stranger Things 5, just watched the first 4 episodes that were released on Netflix last night. There's 3 more to go. I think it is. I think they've got there's 4 more to go. On Christmas, they're going to release 3 more episodes, and then New Year's they're going to release the last one. But yeah, so he's been doing press junket, and here they gave the name. He says, I don't know if it's public yet. So breaking news here, right? He said Thomas Newman is scoring the upcoming installment, which is set to premiere in the next year. He says it's breaking news. He said on the Film with Kevin McCarthy podcast, and says, I don't know. You don't understand. If you ask me to name my favorite scores, 5 of the top 10 are Tom Newman's. So he's done Shawshank Redemption, The Road to Perdition, Nemo, and American Beauty. So that's some of his film credits. Boy, American Beauty, not the movie for Santa. Didn't like that one. It got all kinds of hype. And back in the day, no. But there you go. But this is also informative. He gives additional information here. He says, I was thinking about this movie and what the music needs to be, because it wants to be sort of classically inspired, but no, it is not gonna be remixes of Williams' cues. It may be inspired by some of that, but I knew that I needed a big-hearted movie score from a composer who, like John Williams, doesn't shy away from themes. So he is not doing remixes of John Williams' score. Much like we have in The Mandalorian. Mandalorian has its own music score as well, right? composer for Mandalorian, brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Love what he did there. Good. But here we go. We get another composer. Hopefully, will give us iconic kind of themes and scores that that will be known for the rest of the time, right? So I called up Tom Newman and said that I'm a fan. He said, "Hey, Shawn Levy, would you ever consider?" And he said, "Send me the script and describe your vision." And I did both those things. And it was a yes, and I'm stoked. I'm excited. So, yeah, he's writing the script for Starfighter. How exciting is that? So that's part of it. That's big news. So we'll get more on that front. But wait, friends, there's more. No, we're not done there. There's more story. It says the biggest inspiration for his film is Return of the Jedi. And this is interesting because he kind of plays with some verbiage here that kind of is interesting. He said, and this pull quote. Let's just jump down. It says, "Shawn Levy." Oh, this is kind of small for you guys. Let me make this. Let me make this bigger. Right? Make it where you can maybe read a little better. It says he's open about the Star Wars movie that most inspires his upcoming film. It takes place in a new, unexplored era of the franchise, and it's a bit of an underdog pick. Return of the Jedi. It's a weird way to say it. The movie that most inspires his film, Return of the Jedi. Right? Let's read it. There's more things to say. While fans around my age, who were kids in the 80s and 90s, he's a little bit younger than me, but yeah, largely consider Return of the Jedi a beloved entry in the Star Wars canon. Absolutely. The original trilogy, yes, that's it. For those who were older teens and adults when it was released, it was the most immediately divisive of the original trilogy thanks to the Ewoks. That's true. I was a little bit older. I was 10 with A New Hope. By the time we got to Return of the Jedi, I didn't care for the Ewoks a whole lot. They didn't look good, right? The costumes they wore looked like carpet. Like they looked like rugs they were wearing. Really bad, right? Just not good. And their animation, all that, not good. But I love the movie, right? Empire Strikes Back. I wasn't mad that about the movie. I just didn't care for the Ewoks a whole lot. But in any event, here we go. It says, thankfully for me and other fans of a certain era, Levy comes down on our side of the debate. So, yeah, they liked him, right? They said, let me tell you something, people. I've not said this out loud because everyone's like, which Star Wars movie is Starfighter the most like? Which is it most inspired by? And he says, if I'm being honest, I know the cool answer would be Empire. And he knows fans. Oh, when you can ask fans of any era, original trilogy, prequel era, current era, Star Wars, which is the best Star Wars movie of all the Star Wars movies? There's differentiation for sure, but the majority of fans across all of those eras would be Empire Strikes Back. All right, so that's the cool answer, and he knows that, right? And he says that'd be the cool answer. It's and an inarguable answer would be A New Hope, but it's kind of Jedi. Now, what's he mean by that? Right, an inarguable mention being that his movie's the first. Right, it's not part 2 of a trilogy or part 3 of a trilogy. It's the first of what may be a continued story, may not be. We don't have enough information yet. So that's what he's saying. Like, inarguable answer would be A New Hope. But what's he mean by it's kind of Jedi? Right? It says down here, he says, it's Jedi because of the combination of theme, levity, adventure, heart, and spectacle. Does he mean that there are Jedi in it? That it's a Jedi-centric movie? Starfighter is a movie about Jedi? Is that what he's saying? Oh, I'll guarantee you there'll be some stories written about it. No, that's not what he's saying, right? He explains it. He says it's levity, adventure, heart, and spectacle. Somehow that movie just got it right. And I saw that movie so many times in the theater. more times than A New Hope and Empire. It stuck with me. He's talking about Return of the Jedi. I will tell you, there are moments where I'm on set and I feel like that kid is with me in the director's chair. Like I'm there making meaning himself when he was a kid, his dreams come true. So, and then the author, right, the person doing the interview says, that's music to my ears, as I'm also a lover of Return of the Jedi. It was the first Star Wars movie I saw as a kid, and it's all about the person who wrote the article. And he says, I feel the way about Return of the Jedi that fans a decade or so feel about the prequels. I'm protective of my love for it, despite my understanding parts were alienating to older viewers. The idea of Star Wars story set in a new era, less tethered to Skywalker saga, might be what takes to re-engage me with the franchise, especially with the director invoking my favorite movie. So, look, Shawn Levy's giving a very smart answer. We've talked about this before. A lot of times when they go on these press junkets, they're not really, they're not coached on landmines to avoid. And some of these directors come in and they say stuff, or actors come in and they say stuff, and people are like, what? And then it gets all up in a huff. People get mad. And Shawn Levy here, he's not making anybody mad with his comments. He's not making anybody mad at all. Oh, that's great. Oh my goodness, I see some folks in the chat I gotta say hi to. To him, he means it's bits and parts of each of them. Yeah. That's me too. That kid I was watching Star Wars then is still me now. And that's a key, isn't it, Anthony? You know, my intro song talks about you got to be young forever, right? When you grow up and you forget the things that kind of inspired you and sparked your imagination as a kid, and your grown up brain doesn't have that same spark of imagination and wonder, then things can tarnish for you. But it's tapping back into that sense of awe and wonder and imagination that you had when you were 10, you know. That's the thing. Can you do that as an adult? Many of us have lost that ability, and some of us have found it again. Certainly, being Santa Claus during the holidays helps me. I'll just tell you, Mumbo Jimbo, hello. Good to see you, my friend. Good to see you, Jim. I hope you had a wonderful Thanksgiving. And look, Trucker Mark. Hey, Mark, haven't been in touch with you. I know you were dipping your toe into the Santa Claus business. You said you got a white beard like me. You're out there. You're doing the things. Are you still doing it? Still doing it? What are you doing out there? Happy Thanksgiving. Yes, thank you. I'm going to be in the Santa Run in downtown Las Vegas. Opportunity Village Charity. Oh, very good. Oh, that's wonderful, Mark. So you, any of you out there in the Las Vegas area, I know there are some who frequent our channel who live in that area. Go catch the Santa Run. Maybe you'll see Trucker Mark, right? Say hello. So yeah, I think Shawn Levy is doing all the right things. Maybe some of these other, very good. Maybe some of these other directors and folks could take a note. Right? Take a note. Don't make fans mad. Just, compliment them. Say nice things. And if you can't say something nice, do what Thumper did, right? Don't say nothing at all. Right? Oh, there's that. There's one other interview here. And I got this from Star Wars Newsnet because this has kind of been making the rounds as well. He opens up about his gleeful experience every day on set. And says, nothing quite prepares you for the unique experience of directing Star Wars. I've done some ambitious movies, but Star Wars is uniquely intricate. I've got this self-imposed but very Lucasfilm-supported mandate of making a new adventure. Every creative decision. It's all bespoke and new. Well, what do we do about that? There's more quotes. Let's read these. I literally remember where I was. It was just this incredibly empowering opportunity. She said, I want you to do a Star Wars movie. Talk about Kathleen Kennedy. I asked the obvious question. Which one? What do you want? Which one? Tell me, huh? What's a prequel to? It's a sequel to. Where is it? An immediate answer was, whatever one you want. Make it feel like your movies feel. That's cool. Let's keep going. It's a combination of humor and heart with adventure. That's what he said in this most recent one, where he said it's Jedi. He's using it like it's wizard, right? He's using that term that way. The first step was I chose a screenwriter, Jonathan Tropper. We just started talking, and it led to months of dreaming and brainstorming and rejecting ideas and embracing others. Little by little, it led us to a theme that was really interesting to me and some characters that were interesting to me. And I can't give anything more than that away. So there's more. There's lots of other stories out there. You guys can find them where people have been talking. And Meg has covered a couple of them this week. She's done a great job. I have a little different perspective on things than Meg does. And I will say this. When you're reading these articles, be careful about confirmation bias. Be careful. All of us have this problem, right? All of us have. Meg is doing quite well. I just love her, and she's doing great. Her channel's doing well. Fun news to hear more about. Good to see you, Sun to Fact Checker. Sun T Fact Checker. Good to see you again. Been here several times. I remember you. We all kind of suffer from this confirmation bias. You know, if you know me, you know I'm a huge sequel fan. Rey is one of my favorite characters in all of Star Wars. Of the saga movies, she might be my very favorite character out of the 9 saga movies. I love Ahsoka. There are tons of other characters that I love in Star Wars. But I say this because with this Starfighter movie happening after Rise of Skywalker, there has been a hope on my part, and probably other sequel fans, that we might see Rey in some capacity tie into the movie, even if it's at the end. And I think with the title like Starfighter, it would be more likely to be Poe Dameron. I've been excited to hear more information about the Rey movie, right? The new Jedi Order. I've heard information over a year ago about some stuff with it and they were doing with it, and I've followed stories with it. And so anytime I hear anything mentioned that I can tie in my thought process that, oh, maybe it'll have Rey in it. Maybe it'll have Poe. How about Finn? I would love to see more stories following Rise of Skywalker with Finn. I'd like to find out, like I just read the Final Order book because it had Finn after the Rise of Skywalker. Because I'm wanting to grasp it, anything I can. How's he exploring his force sensitivity? Is he training with Rey? Is he a Padawan? Is he a Jedi Master? What's going on? I want more. I really, really want more. I want to know more about what's happening. So when I hear stories with Starfighter, I'm kind of trying to protect what I want to see. So he says things like, these are all new characters. It's completely standalone. It doesn't tie into the movies that have gone before. It's all its own story. Okay. For me, my confirmation bias is, well, he didn't say they're not in it. He said they're all new characters. He didn't say that they don't show up at the end. Well, you say, well, Brian, he certainly did say that. He said they're all new. He didn't say mostly new. He said all new. I can defend that and say, no, he just meant the main characters. He didn't mean that. Hey, see how I can work that? I could just start to put my own thought process into it, and I can build the story to confirm what I want to believe. Confirmation bias. People who hate the sequel trilogy, people who dislike Rey's character, Finn's character, they're not really excited about seeing more content. In fact, anything that says they're going to be in it lessens their interest in seeing it. People with that kind of confirmation bias hear Shawn Levy say, none of them are, it's all new characters. That's what he said. Remember, that's what he said. He didn't say none of those are in it. He said these are all new characters, a new story that doesn't tie into the old. But they say, whoa, well, you know what that means? That means they're not in it. Say, well, you don't know that. You don't know that because you don't know the story. And we can fight now, right? You think they're not going to be in it. I want to think they are in it. Both of it's confirmation bias. Shawn Levy's never not said either way. And now we can fight. And that's what we like to do on the internet. We like to fight. But I say, just hold on. Put a pause on it and let's wait. Because what's going to happen if you get your hopes that they are or they are not going to be in his movie, and then the opposite happens? You're absolutely convinced. Everything that he said, that none of the sequel characters are in it. He promised it. No sequel characters. Well, that's not what he said. But that's what you read. And that's what you tell yourself. And that's what you believe. When you go to the movie and they show up and you're like, he lied. And you're like, no, he didn't lie. He didn't say the thing you said he said. Right? So let's just be careful. That's all I say. Let's be careful. So there's that. Enjoying your stream while driving through what looks like the North Pole back to Hoth. Yeah, we've got a little bit of snow here in Central Ohio as well. Jim said, Santa, I know most of the story in that Finn book actually takes place before TFA. That's true. 80% or more is before TFA. Is there any clue of force sensitivity for Finn, even if the book doesn't explore it? I'll say that if you believe that Finn has force sensitivity, you know that he does. When you read the book, there are fight sequences where he is able to anticipate the movement of the opponent based on following their action, right? So he sees them fight somebody else and he goes, oh, they like to do this. And then when he's fighting them, he can see when they're setting it up to do that. Does that mean that he has force sensitivity, that he's catching up on these clues and he's kind of having that premonition, like the force premonition, the thing that made Anakin such a good pod racer before he had any training in the force, right? Made him a good pod racer because he could anticipate things, right? He could kind of slow things down. So, yes, I would say there's that aspect of that book. Yeah. Nothing more. Nothing more. Thank you. A good warning and perspective regarding the upcoming Star Wars movie. Thanks, Sun T Fact Checker. Thank you so much. So that's the news of the day. That's the news of the day. I'm thankful for Star Wars. I'm thankful for you. I'm thankful for this chance to get together and talk about Star Wars. I'm having fun. I hope you guys are having a good day. Let's shift gears again. I'm going to continue to follow your chat right here. If there's any questions you have, anything you'd like to ask me, I will respond. But before I get into that, I want to do our Mike Porter dad joke. And then we're going to get into kind of finishing up with the Cantina here a little bit so that we can move on to the Lego set, right? But Finn was a stormtrooper. He was trained in combat. Well, this is the thing, Fearless. This happens before Force Awakens, when Finn is still going through training. He is not a full-fledged, like out there stormtrooper. He's going through training, and they're going through these exercises together, and they're seeing, well, who's going to be the leaders within their battalions, within their troop units. And when we first see him in these things, he's very much doing those. Do you remember in the Clone Wars animated series when they had the kids in that, I think it was even called the cubicle or the box, maybe the box, where they were going through and they had all these challenges they had to do, and they had to, the first one out was ahead, and then they had these different competitions all throughout. It's very similar. They're doing very, very similar things to that. And Finn is like in the upper age group of that kind of training. And so they're going through these different obstacle courses, different kind of challenges where they've got to, go over things, under things, around things, and then they'll find somebody with a big bugle stick who's going to whack them in the head, that kind of thing. So that's what they're doing in part of the book. It's like, and then there's part that happens as he's very, very new, brand new. Like most of it, he's kind of a cadet or very junior stormtrooper. And he gets picked amongst this group to go on a special mission. And if he does well on that special mission, when he comes back, he'll be a squad leader of his trainees. And a bit of a giveaway, towards the latter half of the book, he comes back and they've got a whole bunch of other cadets around there. And he says, "These are your cadets, Finn, right? FN 2187, whatever, right? These are your cadets. You've trained them. You're the squad leader of these." And he's kind of coaching them. So they're very much like he's not a full-fledged like out in the field stormtrooper. That's Ezra and Zer Leonis in Rebels, Imperial cadets. Yeah, they're, I think he might be past the cadet phase. He's not like cadet FN 2187. He's stormtrooper FN 2187, but he's still very, very junior, like going through the training. So, and you see, they are very much training. It's all about training exercises and going through training. The vast majority of that. So yeah. All right, we got a Mike Porter dad joke. I want to do the dad joke, and then we're going to get into this cantina, so we can start with the Lego. But so let's do this. If you guys aren't following Mike Porter on the Twitter X machine, look him up. His link is in the description of this video here, and if you put into the chat !, chosen pun, all lowercase, one word, chosen pun, you'll get a link to Mike Porter's Twitter X bio. But here's Mike's dad joke. It says, "What did Darth Vader say to the empty cookie jar?" Oh, Santa loves cookies and cookie jar. I'm always looking for the cookie jar. Yeah. Well, Darth Vader also a big fan of cookies. He says, "You'll fail me for the last time." And then he force broke it. Mike had more beyond that, but make sure you follow Mike Porter. Go read the rest of the joke. But thank you, Mike. I appreciate all that you do for me. I appreciate your support. Long time friend of the channel. Hey, Meg. Good to see you, my friend. Holy moly. Megan, I love you. I know we had this little banter online. Meg is just a wonderful friend of mine. Thank you for being here. The donation is amazing. Thank you for that. You don't have to. Just being my friend. This is a thankful stream, one where we're giving thanks for what we have in Star Wars. Thankful for you. I'm thankful for the friends of this channel. And I'm thankful for this opportunity to get to talk about Star Wars with all of you. I find your lack of cookies disturbing. That was a good one, Jim. He could have very well. Jim, great answer. What did Darth Vader say to the empty cookie jars? "I find your lack of cookies disturbing." Yes. Yes. Yeah. Meg, you don't owe me any apology whatsoever. Not at all. There's no apology. But you haven't done anything to me. If anything, I've been grumpy with you. And I feel like I haven't really been grumpy with you at all. But yeah, no apologies needed, my friend. So we're going to get into this cantina. Meg, I hope you're having a good one. I meant to say to you the other day, I put a comment on Meg's video the other day. It said, "Brilliant video," and your voice in that video sounded so uplifting, positive. You sounded happy. You sounded engaged with the content. It was wonderful. I really, really can tell when you are having a great day. So it's sorry to hear that you've gone through a tough week, but I hope it gets better. I hope it gets better as we go into the holidays, my friend. You take care, and stay in touch. Stay in touch. We're going to talk about 2026 one time, Meg. I would be curious. Okay, so the question on the table that we're moving into the holidays, and what do you want? Right? What do you want for Christmas? What do you want for 2026? And then as we get into the end of the year, we'll kind of get our excitement up for 2026. But today, just today, as here in the United States, we celebrated Thanksgiving Day and we give thanks for all that we have. What would you give thanks for in Star Wars for 2025? Meg, what would you give thanks for in 2025? Oh, thank you, Baymax. Oh, yeah, I wish everyone was loved for Christmas too. I love it. That's funny. You can tell generationally different. The Goo Goo Dolls. There's Meg. Thank you, Baymax. Look, you guys know Baymax has been the heart of this channel for such a long time. So thank you for that. Yeah. So what are you thankful for in 2025 in Star Wars? Got a lot of things to be thankful for, I think. And so this is a Thanksgiving stream. Give thanks. Well, there's a lot of things to complain about. We're Star Wars fans. That's what we do. And we fight. That's what we do. But what are you thankful for? Baymax is a great guy. One of my favorite stories, Meg, is that you went to an event where Baymax was. And you saw Baymax, and Baymax didn't see you. I went without giving more. And you were within close proximity to Baymax. And you're like, oh, that's Baymax over there. And he had no clue who you were. But yet Martin, no, not Martin, the guy who has the toy store, oh shoot. He recognized you like immediately. Yeah. Okay. All right. So I want to do this. We're going to get into this. David Tree. Yeah, Dave Tree. Dave Tree. Meg walked in, said like 2 words, and he goes, "You're Star Wars Meg." Just like that. Boom. Dave Tree knew immediately who she was. And Baymax is yet to really, identify her in a crowd. So that's good. I'm thankful for the extended holiday that elves are getting in our Christmas bonus. Yes, and I saw you. I saw you you got your brand new Funko, right? You got your brand new Yaddle Funko. You've posted that in all your socials. If you know Meg, you know she loves Yaddle, and yeah. All right. To be fair, I look like my avatar. I've sort of heard that, right? I think it was Sheev the Wise. You were doing an interview with him one time, and off screen you did a face reveal, and his response to was also like, "Yeah, you look like your avatar." Like, yeah, like that. I love the focus on gratitude. I'm thankful for so many things, including a great Andor season 2. Whoa, that's a highlight for Star Wars fans. Yeah, awesome Star Wars community. Love the close Star Wars friendships. Yeah, the friends that I've made here have just been amazing. Yeah. Oh no, he looked like his ex. Oh no. Well, breaking news: Star Wars Meg is Steve the Wise's ex. No. My brain just started making a story up. I make fun of this. So I gotta have a good time. That's what, long distance relationships are hard to maintain. She's all the way over there in the west coast of the United States, and Meg being in London, that relationship, it just didn't stand up. So, no. I love you guys. You're great. Thanks for putting up with my shenanigans, right? Well, can't unhear that. All right. You know what I'm also thankful for right now? I'm thankful Meg isn't on the stream, because Meg has a way of turning my complexion many shades of dark red. The things that Meg has said, and that kind of got me embarrassed. And then she has fun with it, and it's, you think we'll get some cool Mando-Grogu toys? I do. I think we will, especially some like Anzellan. We've got Grogu riding around in a little mouse droid with Anzellans. You've got to imagine that there'll be a remote control mouse droid with Anzellans and a Grogu in it, right? That's a layup. Easy money, right? Get your remote control Anzellan mouse droid, and then, run them around. Yeah, that's going to happen. We have had fun. Anzellan merch is absolutely a priority. Yes, it has to be, right? It has to be. All right, we'll continue to talk. I want to bring this up because you can see here is my cantina. It's very empty. All of the booths empty, right? We've got the opening up here. Let me turn this around, right? Empty. There's nothing in the cantina. All of this stuff. Look, you can look on the bar. We've got all the piping, but there are no cups. There are no things, right? This is all empty, right? So there's that. So what we're going to do today, we're going to fill it in a little bit. I'll show you guys something here. Let me bring. Oops. Hold on. Okay, we're still good. Hey, we got another super chat. Trucker Mark. Thank you so much for the $10. I appreciate Trucker Mark. You're out there working hard for income, driving those big rigs across the United States. Thank you so much. He says, thankful for my family, thankful for my friends, thankful for my truck making me happy all year. Well, very good, Mark. Thank you for the $10 super chat. Did you hear about the Ahsoka news? The Great Mother couldn't afford to be in season 2. Uh-oh. This feels like a layup. What's the I shouldn't ask. Meg, okay, so this is me just being naive. I'm being dumb. Okay. Why couldn't she afford being in season 2? Okay. Your turn. Wait, we're in actual Mos Eisley Cantina. Great camera angle. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah, this is my phone camera here. So we're going to do this. We'll a little bit. And then let me do this. Turn that off. So you can see. Oh wait, wrong. There we go. Look, here are all the chairs. We're going to put the chairs in the cantina. We're going to put the booths. We've got all these pieces we're going to put in. Said, Baymax. There you are, being right. Childcare costs in LA meant she couldn't make it to London. Oh, I see. The Great Mother from Ahsoka season 1 is not going to be in season 2. That's interesting. I did not hear that, Meg. I did not hear that. Makes me think now. I'm like, wait, so what are they going to do? She had a big part. So we've got all these chairs. Woo, getting focused. Come on. We got all these chairs to put into. Right, there's this. There's she says that the other two have confirmed that they are in it. Excellent. Thank you for the news. Thank you for that. And you may have missed it earlier, Meg, but I got a text from Jason Ward yesterday. So Jason is doing well. We've got this part here, and it's got some things that attach. and I'll show you how this goes. It's these little smoking things here, and they've got a little connector on them, and they connect right in here, and they'll go onto the bar. Right, so you just put these in here, and then there's one here. I got to do something, Santa. I can barely see. Yeah, Jason update. He's alive. Jason's alive. He responded to me yesterday. So good to hear from Jason. I didn't bother him. He's spending time with his family, but it was good to hear from him. So then I got one of those in. I'm going to put another one in here. All right. So it's got these coil hoses that go on, like the smoking things here that go on. Does he still follow Star Wars? He does. I talked to him a couple months ago, and it was a short conversation. I was getting ready to go out on the tractor. I had things to do, and Jason was busy, and we didn't have time to talk a long time. But he did follow Star Wars. He does follow Star Wars. He had a leak to share about Starfighter back then, but he didn't have the story ready to go. So he told me to keep my trap shut. Said, don't say nothing. So I didn't. And so yeah, he's following Star Wars. He's still getting leaks. He's just not writing anything, which is sort of sad. I miss Jason's stories. Bespin Bulletin, our other good friend. And then we got these other hoses. These S8. Was it a big leak or a small leak? Well, the information has since come out. So the leak that he had is now known. I'm not going to tell you what it was because that could maybe break some confidentiality that he had. But yeah, so yeah, it was a leak. And I just didn't say anything. Okay? So yeah, Jason's still getting leaks. Yes, he is. All right, he's got the connections in the industry. He knows people who know things, and he's still getting it. Is it related to Den of Nerd stuff or no? No. It wasn't related to Den of Nerds. Let me see. I think I could put it in general terms. It had to do with casting. It was some casting news. There we go. So these hoses go on this thing like that. And then these go onto the Cantina. So if I go back here, let me go back to, I lost OBS here. Oh, there it was right there. I saw it. And then turn this back on, right? And then turn this. So, right? This sits on the Cantina. Right? So people can come up and have a little smoke. Right? Let me move it where you can see. Right? So you set that on there. People can come up and get a little smoke at the Cantina. Right? And so I need to turn this other one around so it's more on the tabletop. I can do that without it coming loose. Nope. Nope. Yes, yes, it is the Haslab Cantina, Meg. Let me see if I can turn this without my phone falling. And again. A second. There we go. So I have the Tanika sisters. I had them, Meg, but I sold them. I am primarily keeping my collection limited to Mandalorian stuff, my vintage collection toys that figures that I'm getting. I'm limiting to Mandalorian. And since the Cantina has been in I sort of had to sell them to the UK by any chance. I sold them to somebody that was in the US who I'm not sure if they left them here in the US or took them to the UK. But yeah. So I had the Tanika sisters. but I sold them because I didn't need them for the Mandalorian. Right. The new Mall Shadow Lord TV figures on pre-sale. Pretty good looking. Yeah, we'll talk more about 2026 at another stream. But I'm really excited. Star Wars, I'll tell you, and this is not a secret for most of us, right? For you or for me. Star Wars animation is some of the best Star Wars you can find. Period. Stop. Right? Period. Stop. Star Wars animation is some of the best Star Wars that you can Star Wars. And if you're not catching Star Wars animation, you're really missing something. And so the Mall Shadow Lord series, yeah, I'm sort of excited about it. Will you get the Rot of the Hutt Black series? No, probably not. When they release it on Vintage, probably. Yeah, with the Mando-Grogu movie, Rot of the Hutt, yeah. 2026 is the Geonosis campaign. That's right. They had that big deal about the battle for Geonosis, the gunship, and that did fund. I didn't buy one of them because it's that Republic gunship is not part of Mandalorian, so no. But yes, next year is going to be exciting for our prequels fans. I would say if you really like the prequels, 2026 is going to be a great year for you. Oh boy, our 2026 friends, our prequels fans, you are getting fed. You're getting fed and you're getting fed well in 2026. All of the prequels stuff is going to be tremendous. Not only the Republic gunship Haslab, which I don't know if it'll ship in 2026, but I do know that that's their focus in 2026, and they will be releasing a bunch of other figures from the Battle of Geonosis, and that Battle of Geonosis, of course, I'll put it this way. Battle of Geonosis, my favorite scene in Attack of the Clones. How about that? How about that? For putting a positive spin on something. If you know me, look, I don't like Attack of the Clones. It's not my favorite movie. My least favorite of all the Star Wars. But that Battle of Geonosis is a big deal. Right? Super, super huge deal. Yeah. Coleman Trevor. Yes. Hey, hope you had a happy Thanksgiving. I have. Star Wars MCU OG. Good to see you. Good to see you. Thanks for stopping in. And I know you're hanging out on another Discord. I'll say go Buckeyes. Go Buckeyes. We've got a big game coming up tomorrow. It's going to happen while I'm being Santa Claus. So I'm gonna have to get people visiting the store to tell me, hey, how's the game going? Are good guys winning or the bad guys? Right? And hopefully it's the good guys. Go Buckeyes, right? We need our Buckeyes to win that game. Right? That's it. Aggressively relaxing. Good to see you. What's up? Only a couple more shopping days until Life Day. Yeah, Life Day with the big games. My favorite American colloquialism. Americanism. Oh, very good. You guys are hilarious. There's an OSU game tomorrow? I hadn't heard. Jim, you know there's an Ohio State game tomorrow. Yes. Okay, it's confirmed. We can still be friends. Yeah. I was worried. No, I wasn't. Look, if you can root for the Buckeyes, we can be friends. If you're going to root for that team up north, we can't hang out for, at least for a week. And maybe after the game we can, but not until after the game. Right? If you're going to root for that team up north, ooh, that's no good. I'm struggling with this daggone these pipes, they don't want to stay in their receptacles there. They don't like click in there real strong. They kind of stay by friction, but then if you touch them, you can knock them back out. And so I keep putting them in, and then they come back out. Meg says, I can't work out what sport you're talking about. It's American football college. It's our universities. So the Ohio State University Buckeyes, where I went to college, is playing that team up north, the team that shall not be named, because they're our mortal enemy, you know, like prequels fans and sequels fans, mortal enemies right now. Yeah. So, here we go. Let's switch that camera back on. Let's see. Here we go. All right. Oops. Sorry. Oops. Sorry. Sorry. There we go. We've got the smoking things on there. All right. So that was the hard part. The rest of this is pretty easy. And let me just set the camera here where you guys can see in the booths and all of that. I'll turn this back off. Yeah, looks like I am a huge college football fan. The American professional football it's kind of lost some luster for me, right? Sun T fact checker, that rivalry always cracks me up. Well, I would like it if we won all the time. The last 4 years, we've not done so well, and it's not been good. So we need to win tomorrow. So here's what we're going to do. You can see so this is the part I just did, right? Setting these pieces in here. And then here's where it shows, like, look, that smoking thing goes on the bar. One at the front, one around here on the side. And then the rest of this is just putting, like, booths in each, or tables and chairs in the booths. So that's the next thing we're going to do. This is good. College football in the UK means you played a couple of games while studying for your undergraduate degree. This is our year, I think. I think so too, Jim. Yeah, I have seen there's all kinds of content creators who do stuff like, a Brit living in the U.S. or an American living in England. All right, and then hope your team wins. And they're like, no, we don't do the same sports like you guys do in the United States in school. We primarily just go to school, which I think is a funny thing to say because, in a lot of American schools, arguably sports is far more funded and far more important than the actual school part. I should document my whole celebration in LA with y'all will laugh at how much I probably won't understand. I am dying. Look, I'm starting to wonder if I'm going to be able to make it. But I have got to make it out to LA. It's my chance to get us spend some time with you and Jason. Maybe catch Sheev while he's there. I know that Jedi Mike lives out that way. Mumbo Jimbo's been to a celebration. Jim might make it out there. A lot of folks that we know. I will do everything that I possibly can to be there. And the super chat that we got earlier in the stream today will certainly go a very, very long way to helping me get there. Meg confirmed you are going, and Jim will be there. Meg, I think have you definitively? Yes, there she is. She's going. Meg's going to be there. Woo! Okay. I'm so excited. All right. So here we've got to put these booths in. There's different sized ones. There's small ones. These chairs, there's small chairs that are A's and there are tall chairs that are F's. And then little seats that are B's, booths that are C's. So we're going to put these in. We've got several B's. I need 3 B's. 1, 2. Here's 2. One more. And we're going to put these into the opening over here. Let me switch this around. See if I can get that to stand there. And these are going to go right in here. And right along the back row. It was good and then fell over. 1, 2. And these set in there just like that. Okay. I think I slide these around. 1, 2, 3. Okay, there we go. Right, so there's those 3. Now let's go back to grab some more here. So the instructions. Now these get easier. We've got to put 2 A's, which are these small ones. Right, we're gonna take these 2 small A's, and they'll go over on the side over here. So let me move this back over here. All right, and then do this. Right. These are the A's, like that. We got to put a couple of them all the way in here, around the corner. There they are, all the way around the corner. They're out of view here, but we'll get back around to them. Then so it says a couple go in there like that, and then we need 2 tables. So here's a table. Here's another table. Now these tables are great. People that do the lighting stuff, there's space to put lighting in there. You kind of see the shadow of my finger when I put it behind the light. When I move it, you can see that the light can make it through there. So we're going to put these. Oops. Sorry. Did it again. Sorry. Got 2 tables to put in there. Slide them in. Okay. What's next? Yeah, so there you go. Got the 2 tables in. Next, we need a booth. Just 1 booth. All right. So grab this booth. I'll set it here. Right, and this booth just slides right against the wall. Here. Boom. Just like that. And there's the first booth all set up. Right. Then the next booth is the Han shot first booth. Right, this is the most important booth in the whole place. It's where Han shot Greedo. That goes in. This is Han's chair right there. There's Han's bench right here. He's going to be sitting over here. Let me see. Change the angle here. You guys can see. All right, this is where Han sits. Right there. Right where he shoots Greedo first. He doesn't have to duck because Greedo's dead. Right. Oh, if you only know the version where Han ducks, you don't know Star Wars. No, kidding. Calm down. All right. So then we need 2 more tables. Right. And these sort of go and 2 A's. Daggone it. I keep hitting that with my hand. I am sorry, you guys. We got to put 1 chair or 1 table all the way in the back, kind of way back here. And then we got to scooch some chairs in. So I need a chair way back there. I need 2 A's. We put 1 way in the back, sitting there at that. Way back here. 1 sitting right here. Like that. Like you're sitting there playing sabacc with Han, right? So we're going to do that. Oh, this is great. Yeah. Preach, Santa. Han shot first. Yes, that's right. And then we need another table in. Well, before I put the other table in, I better make sure I can get my hand in there. We got to put another chair back here. There we go. There's another chair goes way back in here. Sitting at this table. There. Okay, now we can put another table. Put another table right in front. That's where you would stand Greedo right here. Right there. And he would get shot by Han, who's sitting right there. Let me move it this way. Maybe I'll not knock it down as much. What if I move it over here? Right? We'll see. Maybe I'll knock it down again. Maybe I won't. And then we got to put a couple more chairs out here. No floor to the Mos Eisley set. I know, Jim. But look, this is, I think, a fair criticism that there is no floor. Not only is there no floor. Hey, another $2 super chat. Thank you so much, Trucker Mark. No floor on the Mos Eisley set. I think there should at least be a floor under the bar because this thing keeps coming apart right here. This joint that you can see right here, it comes apart all the time. And you cannot keep it together. If it had a floor that this set in like a little groove, then it wouldn't be falling apart all the time. If it all sat on one big floor, but yeah, there's no floor. So yeah, not good. Okay. So we set 2 more chairs out here. We've got a chair in there. We got a chair. Oh, I'm missing a chair. Hold on. We got to put this one here. And then we got to put another one in front here. Hold on. Another one in front. One on the side. Looking back. Got that one. Oh, one at the table. And just another one like sitting out here. This way. Right? And then they put another table and chairs out here, like just sitting free in the, like there. And then a couple of chairs around it as well. So we'll just set these out here. That. He's just there. Out here. Okay. And then we've got, what's next? What's next? Let me, off. Okay. So we've got that done. That's in front of the first booth. We've got all of these chairs in. Oh, we got to get another booth out here with 2 chairs. And 2 more tables right there. Okay. So that basically that's all we're doing at this point is just putting the furniture in, right? Putting the furniture in. Now this is fun. Before we get too far, I'll show you. We got a couple things. We'll put that there. We've got a chair on either side of this, here and there, right? That, and then I'm going to move the phone all the way inside. Let's see, this last booth over here has got some fun stuff in it. In this one, we put in a chair, right? So the chair will go all the way in. And then we put the booth in right next to that. Right here. We got a chair and a booth. And then we get the big table. So there's one big table in this whole set. It goes right in here. That. And then another chair goes on the other side. Over here. And then another booth goes in right next to it. Here. Come on. There we go. And the table goes right in between. How about that? That's a comfy looking setup there. And then we get another, let's see, another table goes right here, just outside. And then, let's see. And that's it. That's it. That's all the chairs and booths for there. Right. And then we've got, here, you can see there's one more table left. There's 7 chairs left, and we've got, I'll show you in just a second. We've got all these cups down here? There's a bazillion tiny little cups that we'll set up later. I'm not going to worry about them right now. But, we put the other table. Let me move the camera, and then I'll turn it back on so you guys can see here. Okay. Here we go. We'll turn this back on. Okay. So, yeah. Actually, here, I'll slide it back and see if I can do this right-handed. I'm left-handed, by the way. So I'll put this over here, this here, right, all the way over here. And then we did 2 chairs at this table here on either side. Up the chair. Put one there. There we go. Oh, way over there. Oh, there we go. All right. Other chair goes over here. We got a couple chairs there. And then it's just got some random chairs put around the cantina. One goes way over here, like on this side. Actually, this should be a tall chair. Yeah, tall chairs at the one over here, a couple over there, right? So we'll set up the rest of the chairs. Hold on. Do this. You guys can see. Okay, this goes here. Come up to the bar. You can see. Go here. All right. And then I've just got a couple more chairs left over, as well as like decorations that go around. So you see there's all these cups. Look at that. It's going to take me forever to set those up. And I won't do it during the stream now. I'll just do that after. I'll just set them, here, there, and everywhere. But just wanted to let you guys see that. And we'll set that up later. All right. So that pretty well wraps up the cantina. And we'll, like I said, I'll put in all of the chairs, the rest of the chairs, and all those cups and whatnot after the fact, because that's just tedious stuff, right? Anthony, how long until it gets populated? A friend of mine is supposed to be sending me some droids that you see in the Mandalorian that are working at the bar. So I just got to get those droids that go, the droid workers, and then of course I can put in Dan and Grogu. I can do anything I want, right? I can put them all in there. Hello there. Oh, good to see you. Yeah, so I'll just finish setting this up, and that takes care of our cantina build. Once again, want to give thanks to all of you for being here today. We had a good time talking about Star Wars. I had a good time hanging out with you. I hope you enjoyed it as well. And man, my socials things didn't work, but that's okay. But there it goes. There we go. Make sure you're doing all the stuff so that you support the channel. You guys are tremendous. Today's channel show just fantastic. I had a great time. And a huge thanks for the very, very generous super chats. You guys are the best. Absolutely the best. I hope you've had a fantastic Thanksgiving. For our friends over in the UK and throughout the world, I hope you have a wonderful weekend. And until next time, my friends, you guys take care, and we'll see you soon. All right? And Merry Christmas, and may the Force be with you always. Bye-bye now.